Right now you're not, but when I tell you that you are trespassing and you continue to trespass, then you're breaking misdemeanor.
Okay. Well, unless I've committed some crime, you can't trespass me from up
Speech. What's your problem? You're harassing me. Harassing is a crime. I'm speaking. I'm not speaking about violence. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, little princess. I don't care about people's feelings. I could be here and tell everybody to F-bomb all day long. All day long. I could drop the F. Yes, I can. You know, I'm willing to go to,
Have you ever been stopped by police just for filming in public? Or asked to show ID when you've done absolutely nothing wrong? In this video, we break down 3 real encounters where people stood their ground, flexed their rights, and held law enforcement accountable. From sidewalk standoffs to public property confusion and the battle over free speech in airports, these stories aren't just dramatic, they're educational. Knowing your rights can be the difference between intimidation and empowerment. So buckle up. This isn't just about cameras, it's about freedom.
Do you have somewhere higher than you? Because I promise you that's not correct, and you're going to get your whole town into a lawsuit. I don't want to go that way. I've been having a great day. You don't want to go that way either.
But if you just tell me your name.
I'm not telling you my name. I'll tell you my first name, and we're stopping there, and I'm not answering any more questions. If you want to ID me unlawfully, you're going to lose your job and your qualified immunity.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm working on a story.
For who you with?
I'm an independent journalist. What's your name?
Solomon, Lieutenant Solomon.
Solomon?
Yes, sir.
Do not think there is no such thing as a stop and ID state. There's no such thing. That is a term.
Okay.
That is
let me explain something to you. Can I explain something?
I'll listen to you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This day and time, there's all sorts of things going on.
This day and time is a terrible thing because we're in one of the most safest times to date in world history. Tell me a safer time in world history than right now. Okay. So don't say in this day and time, because cops always say that and it's stupid. Okay. You can start over though if you want to.
Let me just put it like this.
Yep.
You know, if we see somebody looking at our police cars,
come talk to me, sure. But don't threaten to arrest me if I don't give you my ID.
I didn't threaten to arrest
you. Just did, brother.
No, I just said Arkansas is one of the 15 United States.
That's not correct.
A demand or request.
Nope, that's not correct. Get a lawyer out here. If you think that's true, you need to look into it because you're going to get yourself in trouble. That is not true. And I'm 1,000% positive. And I can show you case law and Supreme Court rulings and everything. 100%.
More or less, we're just concerned about what you're doing.
Well, do not think that you can just stop and ID anyone you want. You're going to get yourself in trouble and you're non-constitutional. You are unconstitutional.
Well, with what's going on, I mean,
you are no, if you think you can do that, you don't believe in the Fourth Amendment if you think you can do that. Do you know what the Fourth Amendment is, sir? What is it?
You know, if we say
what's the Fourth Amendment? No. This is important to everybody that you know the Fourth Amendment. What is it?
Sure, I know it.
So what is it? What is it?
The right of freedom.
No way you just said that. No, that's the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. The First Amendment.
No, the First
Amendment.
Bro, what's the Fourth Amendment?
Okay. All right. Just,
oh my God, dude. And you're a lieutenant? Is your chief here?
No, he's off.
We need someone to teach you what the Fourth Amendment is. What is it?
My question is.
What is what's the 5 elements of the First Amendment? There's 5 elements.
We just had some.
There's 5 elements of the First Amendment.
Questions for you.
No, I have some concerns and questions for you. There's 5 elements of the First Amendment. What are they?
Well, I'm going to go ahead.
What are they, sir? What's the Fourth Amendment? You don't know any of it.
If you don't,
you need to go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that, you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, and you don't need to be a lieutenant. And I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but that is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing the first or the fourth. Walk of shame right there, and it's deserved.
Harassing is a crime. I'm speaking. I'm not speaking about violence. Once I speak, listen, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. I'm speaking to the officer. Listen, I'm speaking to you. Listen, I'm not at work, bro. You guys are. Well, you guys are. You guys have to respect our rights.
You didn't have the right. A camera cannot. You don't have the right to harass people.
Harassment becomes when I start speaking violence. I haven't talked about violence. I have freedom of speech.
Calling him names.
Oh, so arrest me for calling somebody names. What am I gonna get? Life in prison? Go ahead, take me. Take me.
If I call somebody a punk.
What the hell? Is this your supervisor? Come here. No, I'll talk to this guy. I'll talk to this guy.
I'm not a supervisor.
Can I get your name and badge number, though?
Stephen Wojciech, 5385, Austin Police Department.
Here is an independent journalist. I'm working on a video about the service that is being given here in the Austin airport.
Okay.
And how much
service, sir?
We want to know how much our public photography laws are being respected. We have the
Okay.
right to film. This gentleman is a big baby. You see, he's
All right. Go
six,
ahead and just talk to
he's
me then.
6'5", but he's a big baby.
Okay.
He's so sensitive. He's calling the police over a camera guy. And then we have this officer right here who says that if I call people names, which we all know that we are in America, we're at the airport, but we're in America. We have the right of freedom of speech. As long as I don't speak violence, I can say whatever I want. I don't care about people's feelings. I could be here and tell everybody the F-bomb all day long. All day long. I could drop the F. Yes, I can. You know, I'm willing to go to, I'm willing to go to jail for that, and then I'll bond out. You know that? And then it's your job. You think you're going to ruin my day?
If I'm doing my job.
What is your name?
Officer, your name.
No, no. I don't
How
trust you.
may
You
how
guys
may I
are,
address you?
you guys are feelings police.
Okay,
Good
no,
citizen. You can call me good citizen.
Okay, good citizen.
Yeah, excuse
All
me.
right, hold on,
Hi,
hold on.
can we get actual cops here who know that we're in America and that we have freedom of
Okay,
speech?
you're not listening to me, sir.
I want actual cops here
Let me get this
that
straight.
actually
You're
know that
actually
we're in
journalist?
America and we have freedom of
Am I-
speech.
Is that correct? That you're journalists? Mm-hmm. Okay. As journalists here at the airport.
Independent journalist.
Okay. You do need to speak with also the PIO.
No, ma'am.
No, we
Yes,
don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Just
Call
like
your supervisor.
Jackson?
Call your supervisor. I don't want to
Just
speak to any of you.
Jackson?
You guys are all uneducated. Call your supervisor. I need a sergeant. I need a sergeant or a lieutenant or a captain or somebody above right now. You guys are all losers. You don't know what you're talking about. I hope you know what we're talking about. It's the First Amendment. You look like you know what we're talking about. I hope you don't back this up. They're talking about people's feelings. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, little princess. I'm sorry, princess. I hurt your feelings. What's your name? What is that? Whitley. Thank you. Look at these guys. Once we establish, you know what's gonna happen? Once I establish that with your supervisors, that freedom of speech is allowed in America, which I already know. But once we make sure that your supervisors know, everyone here is gonna get the
I'm
F-bomb.
speaking to my supervisor for you.
Yeah. And everyone here is gonna get the F-bomb right after I'm done. I promise. Hey, we have freedom of speech in America. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Hey, watch out, guys. Welcome to the new America where you can't say bad words. You step out of the way.
So stay out of the way.
Oh, you're gonna
so people can exit.
you're gonna lie now and saying I'm
Stay
blocking.
out of the way
Is that what you're
so people
saying?
can exit is all I'm
Is that
telling
what
you.
you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You're gonna start lying
Mind
now?
speaking with him on the phone? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, here. I'll hold on to it. That way we're still having it. Everybody can record.
All right.
Can you hear Sarge?
Sarge, I don't really want to talk to you over the phone. These people right here are saying that profanity is illegal in Austin. So you guys have to arrive here now because that is a violation of our First Amendment right. First of all, no one is saying bad words here, but you guys are saying that freedom of speech is illegal. You make the correct decision right now and inform these officers that saying you is allowed by the United States Constitution. No one has used profanity, sir. But we're establishing, because I'm right here being threatened with officers, right? By and that are willing to arrest me over my First Amendment right.
I'm totally fine with what you guys are doing. If they're within the
I
rights
understand.
and
I
the realms of how you're
So
operating,
you don't have this kind of.
or
I
they're
understand that's
explaining
what
to
they
you
would
what
like.
disorderly
Yeah.
conduct
But
is in
then
Texas, and
when you do that,
And then that way they don't call us.
kind of
well, but when you do,
Well, they don't really need to explain it to me, Sergeant. I am a grown man who knows how to conduct himself. I would never be engaged in disorderly conduct. I've been doing my work, my job for years. And you know, I'm more than a nice person. But I do stand up for my rights and for myself, and we expose tyranny. I'm just gonna tell Officer, I don't know what his name is. I'll get him on video real quick. And I'm a man of my word, man. I'm not here to break the law or anything. I want to go back home and go to and continue doing these videos all over the country like we're doing. But this officer needs to know that he needs to go himself, and I'm gonna leave, and that's it. I'm not gonna create drama, a scene, or anything here because I'm not for that. You know, I'm totally against any violence or any drama or anything like that. I'm all about peace, love, and unity, brother.
Is there anything else I can try to do to help you out, sir?
Sure, please. Can you inform him that freedom of speech is still here? All
And
right.
he spoke to Sarge, and Sarge has explained everything to him, so he understands. So he's just gonna. You said you're gonna be going, leaving this area and gonna be filming somewhere else in the airport, correct, sir?
Yes.
And then heading home.
Yes, and you know exactly what I'm about to do right now, right?
Yes, you're gonna go.
No.
Are you gonna go downstairs or upstairs?
I'm sure you heard the full conversation. You know exactly what I'm gonna do right now, right? Right? You heard what the sergeant said, right? I can.
Disorderly conduct to him and breach of the peace.
Correct.
And everything.
Free,
So and pretty
the F
much,
about the F word.
Yes, and he can say police. Correct? Is that what you were saying?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, sir, respectfully, go f yourself. Okay, this is America. You're a police officer. You signed up to do the right thing. You don't go around arresting people because of your feelings, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure. You need to make sure. You threatened me.
No, I did not.
Okay.
We're not gonna go through this again.
Yeah,
it's already on.
I never threatened to arrest you.
What,
You did. You said it was a Class C misdemeanor.
It is.
You're picking somebody up today? I was
No,
just curious.
they're just doing.
We're independent journalists.
Type stuff.
I got you. Okay.
And everything. And which you said you were going to just do a little bit more filming at the airport, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And honestly, ma'am, we're not disrespectful people. I support the police. I've gone viral multiple times for good reasons, for good police officers. And I praise good cops. And I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but bro, you just made the wrong call. You're an older gentleman. I don't know how long you've been saying this. Sorry.
I never threatened to arrest you. I just.
You threatened to charge me, bro. You know what a charge is? That's there for my whole life.
Will you let me at least talk to you for long enough to explain myself?
Sure.
I told you that you can't say anything that you want to. Profane language, vulgar language in public is a Class C misdemeanor. It's exactly what I told you.
And so why are you not charging me for telling you to go f yourself?
I can't be the one that's offended.
No one can be offended, bro. This is America.
Somebody else was around here.
Bro,
If somebody complains,
this is a-
somebody
He's talking about
complains.
disturbing.
Aw,
complaints.
we got little princesses here.
We do.
Snowflakes.
Unfortunately.
We got little princesses here.
We do.
Snowflakes.
Unfortunately.
We got little princesses here.
We do.
Snowflakes.
Unfortunately.
So you guys put people in jail over people's feelings? Is that what it is?
Hey, man,
Charge
we
people?
put people in jail for breaking the law.
You're supposed to stand up for freedom.
We do.
The First Amendment, the very first article of the Constitution.
Cause of disturbance, right?
No one is. No one is. You see, if you guys are citating people for curse words in public, if somebody feels offended, that makes you guys tyrannical. You guys become tyrants because you guys are supposed to protect freedom of speech. That's the most famous right that we have here in America. Somebody needs to go to jail for this and take it all the way to the higher up courts, federal courts, and then they're gonna find the city of Austin in violation of unconstitutional. It's gonna be unconstitutional for them to citate people because of the First Amendment. If people don't like other people's way of thinking or speech, then that's on them. That's on them, and that's a normal thing. I'm sure you've been offended. I've been offended in the past. How many people gone to jail because they offended you? How many times have somebody offended you? A lot of people.
People try to all the time, but
all of us. That goes towards all of us. We get our feelings hurt all the time. Sorry, we get our feelings hurt all the time by people, by strangers. We're gonna be calling the police. Who even made up this law? We stand up for the people. We don't want no problems. We're not nasty people. I told that to this guy because he deserved it. You know, you can't just do that. So hopefully, ma'am, even though that there's this ordinance or law or whatever here, I hope you don't go around enforcing that. Because
I usually just educate people.
Good.
And that's just doing that.
Who's your
I'm
name?
Corporal Daniel Taviso.
Hi, Corporal.
Normally when someone's out here walking around, kind of concerned about safety and all that, that's the only reason why I'm out here.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I'm out here, just concerned about safety because of all the truck traffic and all that stuff.
Right.
It's the only thing I'm concerned about. Obviously, it's very dangerous.
Right. Well, I'm well out of the way.
And that's it.
Okay.
Like I said, I just want to make sure that everybody's safe.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Can I ask your name if you don't mind?
Why do you need my name?
Because I gave you my name. Just trying to be courteous and professional.
Oh,
that's all.
okay.
And first name is fine.
No, that's okay.
Or you can say my name.
You can call me Mrs. Public.
This is Public.
Yes.
And that's
Percy.
Percy. I got $2 in my own. Like I said, the only reason we're calling out here is just making sure that you're in the same location because obviously I'm just coming out. But I got my supervisor around. So
Okay.
his name is Lieutenant Ryan. So until then, I'm just gonna hang out with you.
Okay, cool.
Lieutenant Ryan, we're both with the Port Authority.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Yes. The concern is you're on private property, state property. It is considered private. So at this point, you are trespassing. However, move to the sidewalk, you'll be fine. No problems whatsoever, and we'll get out of here, and that's it.
Okay.
It'll be a lot safer. That's
I'm sorry, well, I can't. I'm having
a lot safer.
Safer for who?
For you. For you.
Oh, well, you don't need to be concerned about my safety.
We do have to.
Well, no, not really. No, not really.
But, like I said, this is state property. It's considered private property.
Why is it considered private property if it's state property? How can that work?
Because this entity, the Port of Savannah, is your presence here has to have some type of business related to the port.
Okay, I do have business related to the port. I'm filming.
You can do that, but if you just move over to the sidewalk, everything will be fine. If you're perfectly fine, we'll leave.
Okay.
Anyway, procedures, if you want to come out here
Yes.
and film, you can contact
Yeah.
for communication.
I can give you phone numbers and they'll take you on there. And you can
Okay.
film what you want to.
Okay, well,
As long as you get permission, I mean, we're all good to go.
yeah, gosh, I don't know what to say about that because, yeah, I mean, if a law enforcement agency is going to do a drug bust, they don't call the drug dealer and say, hey, we're coming, you better tidy up, you know? Why would I call anybody to tell, why would I call anybody and tell them I am coming? Why? Why would I do that?
So you can get permission to come on.
I don't need permission.
Like I said, right here is considered private. I'm just letting you know. This is considered private.
It's private property by the state.
What's that?
I still don't understand how you can get private property from a state agency. How does that work? How does that work?
Listen, I'm just telling you what the deal is right now. Like I said, you're just moving over into the grass, even in the grass area.
Okay.
And it's not just that. Okay, the biggest thing is, even though you say we don't need to be concerned with your safety, it's a very dangerous intersection. It really is. And I've seen, especially that bridge right there, the truck goes out of control. It's going to go anywhere.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
And that's, if you can understand that.
Well, sure, I understand it. I do understand that. You know, I guess I can appreciate your concern for my safety, but
I'll be honest with you. That's when you say I don't need to be concerned. I've seen a lot of people get, for my years, I've seen a lot of people get hurt, and a lot of the times it can be preventable. And I'm just
it can be. I'm sorry. Preventable.
If you're in the right situation, like I said, with that bridge and all these trucks coming in here, I'm just concerned about something happening with one of those trucks, and or anything, and you may get hurt. That's it. If you can respect that, I would.
Oh well.
If you can.
You know.
You don't have to.
I could tell you not to run with scissors. You know, I feel like that's my concern for your safety as well. Don't run with scissors. And I think I'm perfectly. Hold on. Percy, sit, pretty girl, good dog. Like I said, I still. Am I breaking any laws by standing here?
Now you're on private property.
You think you're breaking any laws? Standing here on private property?
Well, the first concern I have is this
Do you
is
think you're breaking any laws?
no, and I can't
So if I
quite
come
wrap.
to stand on your property?
Excuse me,
Am I breaking any laws?
that's private property.
No, it isn't.
Yes. You could film it from a public place, I'm sure, and that would be legitimate. That'd be perfectly within your rights, huh?
That could be the point.
Right. This is publicly accessible. So I'm pretty sure that I'm well within my rights to stay right here. I have not gone past your no entry sign, storage, you know, hazardous. You know, unauthorized, it's pretty clear that unauthorized access is prohibited. However, I'm not trying to gain access. I am engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. It's my responsibility as a citizen of the United States to keep an eye on our public servants and to perform these kinds of audits when I want to.
Just pop it up your up.
Thank you. Ooh, that stopped them.
Private property, and right now you're trespassing, okay? If you were to just move a few feet that way, everything will be fine, and we'll leave and do what you need to accomplish without hindrance, okay? But this is private property, you are trespassing.
Okay.
So, I need to issue a criminal trespass warning. That's all I'm saying is that just officially telling you that
Okay.
you're trespassing.
Okay.
Okay, and you're not going to give me your name at all.
Oh, no. Mrs. Public is fine. But I still need to know what law I'm breaking by being right here.
Right now you're not, but when I tell you that you are trespassing and you continue to trespass, then you're breaking misdemeanor.
Okay, well, unless I've committed some crime, you can't trespass me from public property.
Well, what I'm going to do is issue a criminal trespass.
Okay, but you can't trespass me from a public place until I have committed a crime.
Right, and now I'm telling you.
What crime have I committed?
You're trespassing at this point.
But you can't trespass me until I've committed a crime.
Right, and I'm going to give you official notice that you are trespassing, that you're not supposed to be at this right location.
Okay, well, this is public, owned by the state, right? We've got that clear, right?
Once you see that.
I'm sorry?
Sign over here?
Yes, I did.
Who invited you here?
I'm not in that area.
That's the matter.
Yes, which is owned by the state. And I'm not obstructing any entrance or exits. I'm not interfering with anybody's business.
Standing over here, don't think you're distracted.
Well, I can't.
What happens if they have a grab?
I can't hear you.
What happens if they have a grab?
Well, I can't be responsible for their. I can't be responsible for their behavior.
You be responsible for yours.
Exactly. I'm responsible for my behavior. And right now, I am engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Now, Title 18 U.S. Code 242 is going to tell you that by interfering with my constitutionally protected activity, that you will lose your qualified immunity and become subject to prosecution yourself. Anyone acting under any color of law that interferes with a citizen's civil rights can be charged with a felony, fined, and imprisoned, or both. So, U.S. Code 242, you're interfering with my rights.
At the end of the day, recording in public, refusing ID without reasonable suspicion, and using strong words are all rights protected by the Constitution. The First and Fourth Amendments aren't suggestions, they're law. And when police overstep, we have a duty to push back peacefully but firmly. These audits show the power of staying calm, knowing the law, and standing your ground. If this video helped you understand your rights better, do us a favor, like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to keep this message spreading. The more we know, the harder we are to silence.